Assalamu alaikum. It's good to see all of you. I want to really welcome you to my home. This is a place that made me. You would not know me. I would not be half the leader I am today, not only if I wasn't in this very room. I'm going to tell you all about this room and this campus, but I'm on the campus of Morehouse College. This is where I came to go to school in 1997. I grew up in a very racist small town in Kentucky that really never even allowed me to be a leader. When I came to this school, and you're going to see me walk around campus here, it was the first time I really ever felt fully welcomed and embraced. This is a school for young black men who come not just from all over the United States, but all over the world. And right now, we are standing in my very favorite building. This is what's called the Sale Hall Chapel. And for a long time, not now, this was the main meeting place on the campus of Morehouse College. And right here on this front row, there's a very famous picture of Dr. Martin Luther King, who was not a doctor. He was just a student here. And he used to attend sessions in this room, Sale Hall, every single day. And so there are pictures of him as just a young teenage boy, just learning and growing. And I had so many important moments. I gave multiple speeches from this mic. I really honed my speaking. And as a matter of fact, I'm almost 100% sure this is the very podium that I spoke from 25 years ago. I can't even believe it's even longer than that. That's how old I'm getting. But this stage was where I gave one of my most important speeches from my time as a leader here on campus. I was in this speech contest, the Otis Moss Oratorical Contest, and the first round was in this room, and I so badly wanted to make it to the finals, but I didn't even finish my speech in time. Like they cut off, and I was like, oh, I'm done, I'm toast. I nailed my speech, but I didn't even get to finish it. But they let me into the final. I made it to the finals anyway, and I'm going to show you where I gave that speech. But in this room, so many brilliant thinkers and leaders came and spoke to hundreds of young brothers from all over the world. Eventually, while young Martin Luther King was a student here, his dad attended sessions in here when he was a student. Later, Dr. King gave a speech from this podium, right? It gave so many speeches in here. For those of you who are scholars or students of African American history, W.E.B. Du Bois spoke in this room. As a matter of fact, there was a time where he had an office in this building, and some of my first classes were here. And so I just wanted to start here. I'm going to take you all over the campus. This building and this space, it's where I always bring guests because so much history happened here. This space has had 10,000 meetings. I mean, thousands and thousands of important speeches and classes have been held here. This is on the top floor of Sale Hall. This is kind of right on the kind of historic, older part of the campus that I'm about to show you around. I took classes in this building. I didn't have a class in this session, but in this chapel here. But I did so much. I did organizing here. When I was a leader, I would bring guest speakers to this space, and I've always just loved it. So I'm going to take you around the Morehouse campus. I've never done this on film, but when I was a student, I used to give tours for families. When I was a student leader, I would give tours of families and tours for donors. And so it's cool now being able to come here as a graduate as a leader and show you this place that meant so much to me. I'm old enough to remember when we used to have to go to a computer lab because we couldn't own computers, and so my computer lab was downstairs. I took a class in this room right here with Dr. Aaron Parker, a religion professor that was a mentor to me. I had classes all up and down this hallway, and I used to go to the computer lab. But I'm gonna show you around this campus that made me. And I'm gonna talk a lot about my own story and history, but I'm gonna talk to you about some of the beautiful history that's happened here. New students are just arriving. I hear a band, I hear a marching band practicing out in the distance. That's over in that direction is Clark Atlanta University, but all around me and behind me, this is sacred ground to me. And if you respect me or know me, you have to know this place. This place not only built leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King, this place has built some of the best leaders in the world. It's built leaders who've gone on to serve in the United States Senate and the United Nations. It's built civil rights leaders, humanitarians, business leaders, and leaders you know, like people you know, like Spike Lee or Sam Jackson. But right now, this is the campus green. And right here, this is where we have our graduation, right here on the campus green. And there's just so many important buildings. This is Sale Hall behind me where I just showed you. And so this is, I don't know very many people that would tell you that that's their favorite building on campus. It's far and away my favorite building. I'm gonna show you, in front of me is a building that I stayed far away from. This is a science building. I think I might have had a biology class. Oh, the band is killing it. That's Clark Atlanta University out in the distance. And probably the CAU marching band, but just a beautiful science building. But I'm taking you now to, this is the campus green. I'm gonna show you Graves Hall. And I just love, love, love this building so much. And at one time, what I want you to understand, I'm gonna walk on the grass here. What I want you to understand is that at one time, this was Morehouse College. This building here that I stand in front of, this was the entire college. This was everything. This was the classrooms, this was the administrative building. I'm gonna be speaking here at Morehouse on Sunday, but at the top of this building, Graves Hall, which is the most historic building on our campus, I stayed in this building. I stayed in room 104, or where's my finger? I stayed, there's like a little deck right there, but like a balcony or a porch. I stayed right there in room 104 in Graves Hall. It was one of the honors of my life. I think my dear brother Jeff Bennett hooked me up with that room. I had a single room in there, but you know, brothers would use this building, and at the top there is like a lookout tower. And this building is on the highest piece of land in all of Atlanta. And during a period of lynching, brothers would go up to this lookout tower and basically look out all over the campus just to make sure that they were safe. And so, I mean, this place has just deep historic significance. And in front of Graves Hall here is the tomb of one of our dearest leaders, one of our most beloved presidents, Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays, and his wife, Dr. Sadie Mays. Not only was Benjamin Elijah Mays famous for being the president of Dr. Martin Luther King, he was the president for nearly 30 of the most important years this university ever had. And so many of our most beloved graduates, he was their president. And so he's not a graduate of Morehouse, but you would not find almost anyone that is more revered on this campus than our dear brother, Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays. I'm going to take you and show you some of Graves Hall, where I stayed. I'm not going to go in because brothers are moving into the building, but I love this building. These steps, when I first learned, you see a student coming out of the building. When I first learned about Morehouse College, this is when they had to send you a brochure in the mail. And so I had to call somebody and say, here's my address. Can you please send me an application and a brochure? There was no applying online. And there were brothers that were standing on those steps right there. And I remember just thinking, I got to get to those steps. And I grew up in a small town in Kentucky where I had been mistreated and harassed and assaulted. And I had just missed my entire sophomore and junior year of high school. I had 3 spinal surgeries after I was assaulted. And I saw these brothers on those steps. I was like, I have to find a way to get out of this small town that did me so much harm and make it to these steps. And being able to live in this building and call this building home, that where thousands of men, Dr. King lived in this building, and so many of our most beloved graduates lived here. But for a while, this was the only building. This was, right here, students are moving in, so there's a lot of cardboard boxes and stuff. But every classroom was here. Every administrative office was here. Like, this was Morehouse College. So let me tell you a few places that mean a lot to me. There's a building here on the other side that I'm going to show you that I lived in. I used to actually work at Morehouse. I was what we call an RD, a resident director. And let me show you. So this is Robert Hall, and it's been a dormitory for 100 years. And I had an apartment, and those 4 windows were our apartment, where me and my wife and our 2 oldest daughters actually lived here. We were the only family that lived here, and at the time, the only women and girls that lived on the campus. It's an all-male school, but we lived right here in Robert Hall. It was rough, but we actually loved it. We had such good memories because they would come out here like this was like their front yard, and because they were the only kids on campus, like everybody loved them so much, and but this building. It matters to me. It's now, I think it's an honors dorm now and the rooms are so small. Forever they were doubles, and 2 people should not stay in these rooms. But now they've made them into singles. But we had a very tiny apartment here. Even though it's got 4 windows, it's way smaller than it looked. But we were super happy. It's still Graves Hall, the historic building behind me. And I'm just trying to, as I walk, I'm remembering things like when I was running for student government president, we had an outdoor debate. Brothers weren't ready, because outdoor debate is a unique kind of thing. And a matter of fact, we had this outdoor debate right here. And let me see if you can see it. Right here you just had to stand up here, and we were debating each other, the candidates back and forth. We gave speeches, people could, ask us questions. And how are you, brother?
Shaun King?
Yeah, I'm Shaun. How are you?
Good, man. I love your work, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, good to see you. You're a freshman? Yeah, congratulations, man. Yeah, good to see you.
Would you guys like to see?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I love to. Yeah, absolutely. Assalamu alaikum again. I had to pause for a minute to take some photos, but man, I used to go down these steps so much. This is it's where our little raggedy post office is, and my wife, Dr. Ray, we weren't married back then, but we were dating. and we would send letters to each other. And I'm not just trying to be sweet, but like there was nothing I looked forward to more than getting a letter from her. And when I started here, when I first started here in August of 1997, about half the dormitory had girlfriends. But this is a hard place to have a girlfriend somewhere far away. We're Muslims now, so we don't talk about boyfriends and girlfriends in the same way. But back then, we weren't Muslims, and so, you know, my wife and I were dating. And by Christmas break, I think instead of there being like 100 guys who had girlfriends, there were 2, because everybody had gotten their own local girlfriend. But Ray and I were writing each other letters, and this post office was like my favorite place. And sometimes I would get little gift packages or something from my mother or somebody else that cared about us. But man, everywhere I walk, I remember this is a place called the Kilgore Campus Center. It's just kind of like a central hub to the campus. When I was student government president, I was actually like sworn in and inaugurated. Politics are a big deal here, student politics and student leadership. So when I became student government president, I was sworn in and inaugurated right here on the steps. I mean, I had a dashiki and was doing the Black Power fist, you know, that we were into it. But yeah, right here on these steps, and so many people that worked hard to elect me were here, and but it was a cool moment. A few more places that I have to show you that just really mattered to me. There's a video playing in the background here, just like a little documentary about Morehouse, just showing it to the students. There's a cafeteria right there behind me. But when I was a student, it didn't look like this. Like when I was a student, everybody ate the same meal, and it just was what it was. Now they've got choices and options, and you know, pizza and hamburgers and salads and desserts. We didn't have all that. Like every day, it was like a high school cafeteria, and I don't mean new school. I mean like old school. On this day, you ate this, and that's what everybody ate. I'm gonna take you to the dorm that I went to, my freshman dorm. It's called LLC now. It used to be called Thurman Hall. But these dorms are the quad, and I gotta say something about the quad. So these dorms are not known to be fancy, or they're not even nice, okay? I'm just gonna be real about it. But I love these dorms the most because they're so simple and so basic that when you stay here, all you're focusing on, all you're thinking about is class and your social life, growing and getting better. Like, it's a very, very simple place to live. And I mean, I grew up, you know, me and my roommate, who was my best friend from high school, Willis, you know, he used to spend the night at my house as a kid, and so we never minded staying with each other. But we both grew up simple anyway, and so, you know, it wasn't like it was like we didn't come from, you know, wealth, but even for us, we're like, oh, we're sharing a bathroom with 80 dudes. Oh, I'm sleeping in the same room with somebody, even though this was my best friend. So I want to show you my dorm. I'm not going to go up to my room. I don't want to go there and barge in, but maybe I'll go up there and check and see if somebody's there. But this is LLC, a super, super simple dorm, and all of these dorms, we call them the quad because there are 4 of them. But I stayed all the way up in the top corner in 325, and we were so dumb. We called we call it 325, and we call it the third floor LLC. We call it the penthouse. And it was nothing fancy about it, okay? It was the least penthouse of all penthouses. It was nothing penthousey about it, but no, man, I loved being there. It was a simple way of life, a simple way to do things, but I was president of my dorm freshman year, and it's where, before I was student government president of the whole campus, I was just president of that small dormitory. It's about 150 students, and that's where I built my base. It's where I built my crew. Those students, I'm friends with so many of those brothers to this very day. 25 years later, those are like my homies. In some ways, you feel like Morehouse is, listen, if you've seen Black Panther, I don't want to say that Morehouse is like Wakanda, but for Black men, this is the closest thing we have to Wakanda in America. I mean, a place that's built just for Black men, where, like, even on this campus, even our police officers love us. Do you understand what I'm saying? On this campus, we actually get along with the police. On this campus, police come here because they love and respect Black men and want to protect us. And so, I mean, it was just a beautiful experience for us to be in a place that was literally imagined and constructed and built with us in mind. And so, Morehouse, I mean, it shaped us in so many ways. I'm walking down the campus. I wish I could, there's some meetings going on in some of the buildings. There's one major place left that I have to show you that just meant a lot to me. We're gonna go to King Chapel. It's the largest auditorium in the entire Atlanta University Center, but so much of who I am as a young man happened in that space. There's a building here called Brawley Hall that I'm about to show you. First, thank you all for being here with me, for letting me just walk and talk and show you the place that means so much to me. And so many of you all treat me with so much love and respect. I wish you could be here with me and feel my heart and feel, it's beautiful because there are hundreds of students that are moving here on campus, Black families from all over the world that are bringing their young men here to really show us the next generation of leaders. Behind me is a building called Brawley Hall, and this was where my department, I was an African American studies major, and that's in the history department here. I took maybe half of my classes in this simple building. I mean, I probably took 30 classes in this building. Every English class, every history class, every language class that I took here. I used to work in this building. I was a work study student in the African American Studies department. We founded the African American Studies Club here called the William Tucker Society. But this building behind me, it meant as much to me as any other building. Like, so much of my knowledge base came from this space here. Let me show you real quick. Off in the distance is our football stadium. And right here is the building I really wanted to show you. This is King Chapel. And this is a monument to one of our most famous and beloved graduates, Dr. Howard Thurman, who was a mentor to Martin Luther King. He has a book called Jesus and the Disinherited. He's long ago passed away, a very beloved theologian. He had a book that Dr. King was said to actually have with him when he was assassinated, called Jesus and the Disinherited. So I'm going to show you in this building and show you around. It looks like there's some sessions going on in there right now, but I'm going to show you. I mean, this building is beautiful to me. Going up the steps, I'm speaking here on Sunday night at a very special program. I might be able to film it. I don't know. There's a video going on in the background, but let me show you this beautiful statue of Dr. King. 1 second. So, a beautiful statue of Dr. Martin Luther King. That's one of the most famous monuments on our campus. I love this statue of Dr. King. But let me take you inside, okay? Hello, hi, good to see you, good. Let me take you inside, okay? I love this building so much. Hey, brother, how you doing? Good. All right, so we're walking into King Chapel. Just a beautiful, beautiful space. And I want to show you all around, okay? So here's a statue of Gandhi, and this is his wife. Beautiful portrait of Dr. King. Also see Malcolm X there in the portrait. Portrait of Nelson Mandela. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Another portrait of Gandhi. But this space, we're in the foyer of King Chapel. And I want to show you a sign real quick. These are families and parents that are here for their children. I'm going to show you a little sign real quick, okay? I'm going to tell you a story. So on this sign, it says, notice how many people can fit into the building. 2,501. So let me tell you the story about that. 2,501. And so they decided, so I'm here in King Chapel, okay? Every time I walk in here, it gives me so many memories, but it holds 2,501 people because, not 2,500, but 2,501, because Dr. King said there's always room for one more. So I'm inside of King Chapel. Good to see you, man. You all right? Yeah, good. How you doing, sir? Good, brother. Good to see you. So look, these are student leaders who are preparing new student orientation. Good, brother. You all right? So these guys are working, preparing for programs here tonight. But I'm gonna come up from the stage. Hey, how you doing, brother? Good. I want to show you this from up here. So this is where I learned to speak for real, okay? I don't know if there is a harder place to speak in all of America than this auditorium. It's enormous. It's beautiful. Even in the balcony upstairs and down here, it seats 2,501 people. So just beautiful. And so just wanting you all to see it and, hello. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you have a kid in college now. I'm still bugging off of that.
Salam alaikum. I'm back. This campus, I was a leader here. I worked here, so I've had to stop several times as people recognize me, but it's beautiful. I'm on the stage. This stage, there's probably no stage I've ever been on in the world that has meant more to me than this one. I see this floor is new or newish. This isn't the same floor I used to speak on. I knew that floor well, but this stage where you could speak to 2,501 black men from all over the world. I mean, there's no place like this place. And I mean, I've seen speakers here, like if you're old enough to know what Showtime at the Apollo is, like if you don't do well here, it's rough. It's really rough. I've seen speakers get heckled or laughed at, or people just start murmuring and talking. Like if you don't nail it here, it's not a great place to speak. And so really, really learned how to keep an audience, how to engage people from this stage. I'm trying to think. I won the Otis Moss Oratorical Contest here on this stage, and winning that contest is what eventually helped me run and become student government president. I was well known as a student leader, as an activist, but when I won that oratorical contest here, I immediately became maybe the most known student on campus. And I won $500, which in 1999, I think that was March of 1999, that $500 changed my life. I bought my first laptop with that, and I had that laptop for like 4 years. And so many people have spoken on this stage. Nelson Mandela spoke on this stage. Funerals of so many beloved civil rights leaders and heroes happened on this stage. So many dignitaries and humanitarians have spoken on this stage, and every chance I ever got to speak here was just one of the biggest honors of my life. Even this podium is new. Like I don't know if the old podiums are still here. I hope they didn't throw them away. But this space is just so special to me, and I can't wait to speak here on Sunday night. I'm speaking at something called Spirit Night. Tonight is Welcome to the House. I was the lead speaker at Welcome to the House one year, maybe 2 years. Just a powerful moment for students and parents. But parents leave on Friday night, and so on Sunday, after all the parents are gone, I'm going to speak here to all of the students, and if I can film it, I will. But it's a private moment. So King Chapel, as a student leader here, they really just let you not feel like you own the campus, but they just allow you to go anywhere, and so, being back here, oh, okay, I'm gonna show you, I'm glad this is back here, okay? I knew they wouldn't throw it away, but so I'm backstage, and it's like a podium, a pulpit that they can wheel back, and this pulpit I spoke from. This may be remodeled, I don't know, but I remember these bars very well, and I think they've just remodeled this, but I spoke from this platform out there many times. There's a picture of John Lewis back here behind me. I remember these chairs well. I know you don't care about chairs and pulpits, but these things are like sacred to me. I have so many memories here, and this place just makes me happy. And so you're seeing a place that really helped shape and mold me and make me into the man and leader that I am today. It's good to see this building in such wonderful shape and condition. I love this space. This place was an incubator for me. It was like a hospital for me, where I not only healed, but I healed and grew and developed. It was like a cocoon for me, where it really showed me how to become a man, a leader. It showed me how to speak, how to lead meetings. I mean, I could take you. I could do this tour for a day, like to show you my office when I was student government president, to show you where I first learned how to lead a meeting, how to set an agenda, how to manage a budget. These are all the basic things that I learned. back in the back, there's like a private library. I think I may have heard a meeting going on in there, but it's a beautiful, beautiful space. It's one of my favorite buildings on campus. But I love this place. And again, you know, what I was telling you earlier is you wouldn't know me if I had gone anywhere else. I wouldn't have been embraced like this. I wouldn't have had the same opportunities that I've had. And so just wanted to give you a real glimpse into, you know, the place that really made me and developed me into a leader. They're having a meeting upstairs, but just, you know, to be in a place that's meant for you, that was imagined with you in mind, that was crafted with you in mind, I can't tell you how valuable that is. And so if I get a chance to film some more, I will. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And this campus just means the world to me. So my wife is here, so I'm gonna go see her, and I'll see if she wants to be on film, but I might put that up later, all right? Assalamu alaikum. Take care of you all.